أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah, ma ba'd. Welcome to the second in the series of lectures or talks entitled Moments from Makkah. The second lecture is entitled The Rediscovery of Zamzam. And this is the story of Abdul Muttalib, the grandfather of the Prophet ﷺ, who saw in the dream a man came to him and said to him, dig up Taibah. So he asked, what is Taibah? In the next night, again a voice came to him in his dream and said to him, dig Barra. So he asked, what is Barra? The following night, he saw in the dream a similar voice saying to him, dig Madnuna. So again he asked, what is Madnuna? And then finally, in the next night, the fourth night, he received another visitation in which he's told to dig Zamzam. So he asked, what is Zamzam? And the reply that he got was that it is the well of Zamzam with which no one can find fault. It will quench the thirst of many pilgrims, and it will be found where the crow with white wings pecks between blood and excrement. So the following morning, Abdul Muttalib, he took his son Al-Harith, who was one of the uncles of the Prophet ﷺ, and with them they took a pickaxe and a shovel. And they went to where the animals would be slaughtered, because they always found that the crows would gather at this place. And they began to dig in that place until 3 days they continued digging, until eventually they came across the water of the well of Zamzam. And when they came across it, Abdul Muttalib cried out, Allahu Akbar. And as he cried Allahu Akbar, the people gathered around him, and they came to realize that he had discovered the well of Ismail alayhi salam. So the people began to argue with him, saying that you must make us also equally partners with this. So he said to them that no, Allah is, or he has been the one who has been shown the location of the well of Zamzam. So as a result of that, he alone is its owner. So they began to argue until eventually he said to them that, okay, let us have a judge between us. So they said, let us have the soothsayer of Bani Sa'd as our judge. So upon agreement, some of the chieftains of the Quraysh, along with Abdul Muttalib, set out to Bani Sa'd and the soothsayer of Bani Sa'd. On the way, they found that they had exhausted their water and they had nothing to drink. And they searched for water and they couldn't find it. So they decided amongst themselves that this was their end. So they decided that they should dig graves and stand over the graves, and that as each man would die, his companions would bury him, and in this way only the last one would remain as carrion for the vultures. And as they were doing this, Abdul Muttalib said, this is a waste, and surely we should search more and we should find water. So he got on his camel and he began to ride. And as he began to ride, beneath the hoof of his camel sprung out water. So he shouted, Allahu Akbar, and all of the people saw it, and they all replied, Allahu Akbar, and they all drank from the water. And as a result of that, the people concluded that this is a sign that you are the one who is meant to have the well of Zamzam, and we will no longer vie against you for the well of Zamzam and the ownership of the well of Zamzam. And as a result of that, Abdul Muttalib became the owner of the well of Zamzam. هذا وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم